Hey everyone, Cheryl Ann here again. Today is going to be kind of a twofold video. Actually going to be highlighting the new, so you can see it, liquid foundation brush. Just got this the other day. I'm so excited about it. Previously, a lot of us have suggested using the powder puff brush for using the liquid foundation because you can get really good blending going on. I personally, always had an issue with it because bristles would fall out because it's really made for powder and not liquid. So Younique, thankfully, as usual, they listened to us and listened to our requests, and they came out with this new brush. And I'm also going to be showcasing the Touch Liquid Foundation, which a lot of our colors are coming back in stock. They've been out for a while because this stuff sells out so quickly. It's such a great foundation and everybody wants it as soon as it comes back in stock. So it's back in stock, thankfully. So I'm going to go ahead and showcase that. And I guess this video is April of 2016, in case you're watching this a little bit later. It was a big deal. All of our foundations were out of stock for a while. So it's great that it's coming back, and it's great that Younique just launched this foundation brush. So let me just tell you a little bit about this brush, not to go into too much detail and bore you. It's hard to see, but there is a little well inside this brush. It's like recessed area. I know it's a little, you might be able to see it like that. And that's where your liquid goes, and you can go ahead and dab it on your face and blend it in. Now, why this brush is better than the powder puff brush? Well, first of all, it's made for liquid foundation. Even though our liquid foundation dries to a soft powdery finish, you really want to use the correct brush with the correct product, or you might have some issues, as we did with the powder puff brush. Also, the powder puff brush was very big. Give me 1 second. I apologize. This is a powder puff brush, in case some of you didn't know. So you can see it's quite a bit of difference. It's smaller. The bristles are more packed, while here they're a lot looser. Again, it's powder puff, made for powder. So now any of my powder products, my Beach From bronzer, my powder foundation, I use this brush for. And all of my liquid products, my liquid foundation, if I do spray tan, if I do the body bronzer on my face, I go ahead and I can use this brush now. So I'm super, super excited to get this brush and that it's been launched. So first step, I'm gonna go ahead and always recommend for you guys to do this is to use the Glorious Face and Eye Primer. And this, you don't need much. That's probably even a bit much. You can always add, you can't take away, and I just kind of ruined it with my nail there. But if you guys know me, you know that's typical. And then I just rub it on my fingers. And then just dab the areas I'm gonna get it. Make sure you get it on your eyelids. If you're gonna be applying eyeshadows, because it's gonna really make the colors pop and stay all day. So you want to go ahead and just rub it all in. I have other videos where I show you, because I have a lot of rosacea, not so much the bumps associated with it, but just the redness and the little spidery veins. For those of you who haven't seen my videos, those are the issues I have. Normally I would put on our Touch Skin Perfecting Concealer, but I'm not going to get into all that here. You can look at my other videos for that. But I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take my Touch liquid foundation, and you want to shake it really good. You want to get all those ingredients binding together. Just going to shake it. The color I'm using is Organza. This is the second lightest color that we have, because I'm very fair skinned, but because of the redness in my face, I go with Organza. If you'd like a free color match for this product, I'd be more than happy to do that for you. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead, again, I haven't actually used this much yet. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take about, we'll say 3 drops. And it comes in a nice dropper, so you're not using too much product. You can always add more. I'm gonna do this on half my face just so you can kind of get an idea, see how it goes on. I'm just gonna dab it on. Again, this is half my face. I recommend doing half your face first, again, so you don't overuse the product. and then just going to blend it in. And another thing I forgot to mention about why this brush is so great is because number one, it's a little slightly tapered, and it's again a lot smaller than that brush, powder puff brush. See, getting into this area here is very difficult, but with this brush you can easily get into the side of your nose, under your eye, the corner of your nose. It's a lot easier. So I'm actually going to just apply a little bit more into that well. I'm just going to dab it just so I can get all the areas that I want. Again, it's not going to take away all of my red. If you have just slight redness, you probably get really good coverage out of this. But my rosacea is so strong that I really need to use a skin perfecting concealer, but you'll still see how well it does cover the areas. Gonna go under my eye. If I didn't have bangs, I would go over my forehead, but I don't even bother with that because I have bangs. And you're also gonna see this primer makes the liquid foundation go on a lot smoother. It's going to give you more opaque coverage, and it's just going to make the makeup last longer. It's almost like an adhesive in a way, but it's not sticky. When you put the sorry guys, face and eye primer on, let it sit for just a few seconds. You feel your face, it's so silky. I mean, it's amazing. So you just keep applying the liquid foundation. It's very light. Does not feel like you have caked on crazy makeup. Just apply it as needed. So I'm going to come in just so you guys can see the difference without it and with it. And that's pretty good coverage even without having my concealer. So I'm just going to do a little more just to kind of show you guys, you know, how good this is. And I mostly just put more on my cheeks because that's the rosiest part, my nose, my chin, and I even have it under my chin. But also the great thing, I was kind of worried about this brush because when you see the picture of it, it kind of looks like the bristles are hard, and I was so nervous, but these are so soft. I mean, these are like, oh, they feel so good. So I was really happy that I was wrong about that. But again, you just want to swirl. When you swirl, when you go in a circular motion, it blends everything a lot better. So I just wanted to give you guys that little tip too. Sometimes I'll see women doing like this with their foundation, and it really doesn't, you're not going to get blend, you're going to get streaks. Just go in a circular motion just like this. And this wouldn't take me this long to put on, guys. I'm just doing it just so you can see how it applies, how it goes on. Okay. Now, already you can see a big difference between the side that has the foundation and the side that doesn't. And you can even see, because my redness right here, you've got this, you know, my skin tone here, it's like a reverse raccoon, if you will. It looks weird, especially when I'm outside. My face gets a little bit redder. It really looks bizarre. So this stuff is awesome if you have rosacea, red spots, blotchiness, any kind of uneven skin tone, which honestly most of us do have uneven skin tone. This really evens you out. And again, it's so light. It feels great. And I work all day. I have my makeup on for 8 to 10 hours a day. My foundation stays on. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other side of my face real quick. If you guys want to fast forward, you can. But just to kind of even this out, just to show you how awesome this stuff is. And honestly, this and my powder foundation, I just cannot live without. I'll be perfectly honest. This is great as a foundation itself. The powder's great for setting everything, for blending blusher and bronzer in. It's just, these are my two essential items that I cannot basically let go out of stock in my inventory because it's just awesome. And again, these bristles are so soft. This is not harsh. This is not abrasive. I have very sensitive skin, and this is not negatively affecting my skin at all. And again, I would use, you know, I wouldn't have to put as much on there. I'd use a skin perfecting concealer. But this is good. It lets you put on just a little bit at a time, just as much as you need, so you're not wasting product. And to me, that's the biggest offense to makeup, is wasting product. Okay. So I've got that. I can get in these little areas now. Oh my gosh, you don't even know how wonderful this is. It might seem like a big deal to most people, but you know, if you're using a big brush like this and you can't get into this little area, sometimes I'd have to squish it. This is so much better. This is awesome though for powder, because just everywhere, and it's perfect. But for liquid foundation, we need to use a liquid foundation brush. And again, this doesn't go on, this actually goes on a little quicker. I'm just doing this to show you guys how it does go on. And I have nose piercing here. I can even go over it with a nose piercing lightly. It's not going to snag on it. It's wonderful. Okay. So that's basically the coverage I got. You can see most of that red, I would say 90 to 95% of that red has been reduced. I mean, before I had my concealer, I'd go out like this and I wouldn't be self-conscious at all. You know, it just might look like I have slightly rosy cheeks. Not a big deal. So I'm gonna get closer just so you guys can see it. And you can also check out my other videos where I use the Skin Perfecting Concealer, and it completely gets rid of the red. I mean, it's amazing. Okay, and that's about it really. Just want to do a quick little video. Again, these are coming back in stock. I highly recommend getting this because they do sell out fairly quickly because it is so wonderful. It is limited to 2 orders per person. Or not 2 orders, 2 products of this per person, just of this item, just so everybody can get theirs. That might not be forever, but for right now, as of April 2016, that's what it is. And then you also want to get the liquid foundation brush. Make sure you get the liquid foundation brush. So if this is your first purchase, you want to do a purchase for Younique, I would highly suggest these 2 products. It's going to make your life so much better, so much easier, and you're going to have the coverage that you want. And again, if you want a free color consultation, beauty consultation, no, you know, I'm not going to pressure you to buy anything. I just want to make sure that you know the right colors for your skin type and the right products, if you do choose to buy in the future, what you want. So I hope you guys found that helpful. I look forward to doing my next video for you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.